Zierlein back out there now to send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Let's get it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Zierlein's kick is up and through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Hey, watch that, watch out. Check Mike 54.
Back to throw. Eason. This short throw caught by Goddard. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch, go. 54. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a 1st down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check 43.
Hey, Echo.
Check Mike 54.
Take over.
On 1st and 10, Eason. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Tyrone Crawford able to record his 5th sack of the season. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Let's go, D. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Mike's 54.
Hey, wahoo! Go!
Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4.
2nd and 14. Steps away. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10 is Counter. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". Oh, get him!
Get ready!
To throw on 2nd down. Eason under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shaq Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Come on, set. Hey, Charlie. 10 Lobo. Hey, Sam off. Hey, lock it.
Check 6 guys.
Kill.
No.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there in the final seconds of the 1st half, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now counter, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Looking to throw. Eason. It's complete to Golden Tate. 20. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Golden Tate, 63 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. On 2nd and 12, Wentz, incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wentz, the Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's fourth.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Yes.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Watch the safety creep.
Yep. 5.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Bravo.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now.
Back to throw. Eason. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You're trapped.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
80 weapons. Get.
Looking to throw. Eason. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, Delta.
Check, 59.
You don't know no better.
Mike, let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Kyle Van Noy make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Pulled in at the 24. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. Connor on 1st down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Check.
2nd and 6. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
54, Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, Haywood.
Watch the slant. Mike 5-4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
218, chopper.
Check 99.
Let's go.
Here's Connor. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
Brings up second and
You got time. You got time. You got time.
They'll run here with counter. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He'll turn and give this to McCoy running right. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Wentz. Got a man. It's Brown. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll run with Miller, and this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And no, it's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Watch my board. Ricky.
Rock it. Snap.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming. Shoot.
From the gun, Eason. And his throw here's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Hey!
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4.
Get it!
On 3rd down, Eason. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this time, Wentz will throw. This is Miller, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Hey, empty! Empty!
Watch out. Watch out.
5-7.
Now Wentz. And he fires one, but incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to you.
And they'll run it with McCoy. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Pickup of 2 yards. First down, Chargers.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Flush to his right. He's got the hook up to Miller. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and now it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, let go.
On fourth down, Eason gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air.
Go out. Look at me. Zipper. Go.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Record.
Go.
Mike's 54. Mike, go.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We gon' run, no we gon' hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life.